Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be my end of December updates, and I'm going to start with this table. So this is my Dendrobium Sheriabe, and you can see this spike is no longer there. Basically what happened was in the middle of the night my cat jumped on this table and pushed two of the plants. This spike broke and then this broke, which I'll show later, but this spike is still okay, and this guy, the leaves are gone now, and the little nubbin is still there, so it will still potentially spike. This is my Papilionanthe X Taiwaniana. This one was also pushed off the table. You can see the pot is broken. I'm not going to bother changing the pot. The broken pieces are being held together by the roots, so it's fine. And yeah, there is no damage on the plant, which is great. And this is my Gongora portentosa, and I mentioned previously that most of the new growths were not doing very well, but this one seems to be doing very well. And this is my Vanda lamellata, and it's in full bud now, which is great. If you look here, looks like that one on the bottom is going to open soon, so it's possible that this will open before the new year, but we'll see. And these are my Paraphalaenopsis seedlings, the bigger ones, and they're doing pretty good. And this is my Iridocentrum guga, and it's been doing well, but I noticed that it's getting spots again. I can see on this leaf here, and then here as well. I don't really want to cut off the leaves again, so I'll probably spray it. And these are my Dendrobium lowii seedlings, and they don't look super great, but actually under the moss there's new growths growing. So in that case it seems to be doing okay. I just need to keep the area moist so that it can do well. So I'm still keeping it in this container with the top covered. And these are my Frag seedlings, and they're doing really well actually. They're pushing out new leaves, which is great. And this is my Dendrobium draconis, and it bloomed today, and the other one will be opening soon. And this is my Path Linley Kupovitz, and it looks pretty bad, but this new leaf looks pretty clean, so we'll see how that recovers. And this is my Dendrobium virginium, and it's starting to push out any growth, which is great. So for all my black hair Dendrobiums, I've been watering them normally, but I have not been giving them fertilizer. Alright, so this is my little tent area, and I finally was able to put in the fan. So what I have is the fan blowing straight across, not really directly on any plants, because I just want it to circulate the air and not really dry them out. And this is my Dendrobium balatulum, and it's in bloom. So those two bloomed, I think, earlier this week or last week, and then this one opened recently. And this is my Thecostele alata. The leaf looks pretty bad, so I'm gonna cut that off, and hopefully it'll be okay. Alright, so one interesting development is my Paphinia rugosa is in spike. And this is my Angraecum pseudofilicornu, and it's getting worse, so I think I'm just going to toss it. So one very exciting development is my Renanthera monachica is finally in spike. I waited a very long time for this, and it's happening, so fingers crossed that the spike grows well and I get some blooms out of this. Another thing that's interesting is my Polycycnus chulifera. I believe that's also a spike. That's definitely not a root, so that's very exciting. Alright, so these are my Vanda leucostele seedlings, and they're doing pretty well, except for this one. This one has a lot of bad markings on the leaves. And then the ones in this basket, especially this one's getting a little bit spotted, and then this as well. But otherwise, most of these are fine. This one doesn't look great. So I'll probably cut off all the leaves that are not great. This one I might just spray. And this is my Masdevallia amplexa, and it's pushing out a lot of spikes, so it's doing very well. Okay, so the next exciting development is my Phalaenopsis amboinensis. It's been pushing out spikes, but now the buds are actually forming, so that'll be a new bloom for me once it blooms, so that's really good. And my Phalaenoides is also in spike, which is really nice. Okay, so another very exciting thing I'm excited about is my Rhynchorhizis Bangkok Sunset. It finally pushed out a flower spike. I really wanted this to bloom for a very, very long time. I love the flowers, but it never bloomed. So I was very happy to see that it's spiking now. So that's going to happen in the new year. So very, very happy. So I mentioned some concern about my Vanda Roblegiana. Yeah, it has a bald stem, but otherwise it's doing pretty fine. There's a flower spike nub in there from way before. It's still green, hasn't really done anything though. And the keiki, the inner leaf is brown, but the outer leaf is still there. I didn't really realize how tall this plant has gotten actually, but I think the plant itself is healthy. And here are my other Paraphalaenopsis seedlings. The one on the back there, this one doesn't look too great, but the two in the front seem okay. They seem reasonable, but we'll see how well they will fare. And these are my Dendrobium tobayante seedlings, and I'm pretty disappointed on how they're doing. Especially this one, because this one was doing so well. The only good thing is that it is pushing out a new growth. It's really small, it's hard to see, but there. So if that does well, then I think it'll be okay. This one, there's only one growth with leaves on it. So yeah, not sure how this will do, but doing my best. If I can find adult versions of these plants, I'm just gonna get it next time. And this is my Ascocentrum pusillum, and I have 2 buds on it, so again, another very interesting thing that's happening. This will be the first time bloom for me, so that'll be really great. Alrighty, so that's my video for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!